Ah, Dead by Daylight. Oh hey, it's daylight from a fire camp. To think this shit is getting to reach 10 years old is quite wild. So, why am I suddenly just making a video on Dead by Daylight right now? Well, to talk about a subject that absolute death recently, and that being the 10th anniversary chapter being the Five Nights at Freddy's. Who would have thought that that would eventually come? Honestly, I was not having hope it would show up ever. But the fact that it's even announced, that aside from it being a big thing, it's also a big issue. Not just because the FNAF fanbase is toxic, to say the least. Yeah, I can't even say it still is. This fanbase is not healthy at all. And also because the update is gonna drag FNAF players into Dead by Daylight. And that will not be necessarily a big issue because they'll probably fit right at home with their toxicity. The problem is that they're probably not gonna stick with the game despite their favorite character, because Dead by Daylight is such a buggy mess. Buggy mess doesn't even put it like in a good basket. So I was gonna say, it doesn't even put into words just how bad this game can be. Despite its extremely addictive nature, this game is extremely buggy, extremely one-sided. No matter what you do, it's either going to be completely killer-sided or completely survivor-sided in some damn aspect. And the game barely tells you how to play it. Sure, we have a tutorial, if you even knew about it. Oh, by the way, this tutorial might have the dumbest thing ever. If you had never played the game before the tutorial was added, then let me tell you, David, King, and Rafe are locked out of being playable for anyone unless they complete the tutorial. Yes, two whole characters locked out of usage behind a goddamn tutorial. I just love this game sometimes, and its stupid ass decisions. Aside from the fact that the tutorial just kind of decided to lock two characters behind it. You're getting in my way of talking. Aside from the fact that the tutorial just decided to lock two characters behind it that should not even be locked to begin with. How about you lock the Legion instead of one of the base characters? And the game released. The tutorial is also just genuinely bad. Like, it doesn't teach you anything that probably could teach in this 9, not even 9, it's almost 10 years old game. Ostania. Seriously, fans? So, what the tutorial teaches you exactly? How to hide in a locker like a coward and be found near instantly. Or, you know, just dumb shit like that. Which you should not be doing. Like the tutorial. Son of a bitch. The tutorial is so ass backwards that it just should never have been that way to begin with. You want to know the only update they ever did to that thing? Oh, don't worry, it's something big like mentioning of the anti-cam mechanic that was only added recently. Yeah, that's the only update that they ever gave to that tutorial ever since it was added. You know, perfect update tutorial. The tutorial needs massive changes for both survivor and killer. Because right now it's just you bad habits in every f***ing way. And then you wonder why nobody plays the game anymore. Oh, touchdown. So what is my idea for just changing the tutorial to? And why even change the tutorial exactly? I mean, that question should not even be asked. But because somebody needs an answer, it's because the tutorial otherwise is worthless. And in fact, it's less than worthless. It teaches people bad habits if it's not updated to be remotely good. You just cannot have a tutorial teach you bad habits in a game like this, where everything matters, from this sound effect over here to this hit. Wherever the f dropped the method there. Not to mention the amount of perks and items and item add-ons and killers and killer powers and killer add-ons. Map offerings, law point offerings, fog. There is so much the tutorial should teach you, and yet it does jack shit. It straight up doesn't even tell you if this fog over here or the distance between the hooks is a result of a ring or not. So what is my proposal? How do I improve the tutorial in this game so it doesn't teach new players bad habits and just makes them quit because they play the game wrong, just because the game made them play the game wrong, from a tutorial that should teach you how to play the game right? And how do I teach them to not have shame? On the aim part, we literally cannot do anything because that's just skill issue on the player's end. Also known as I am very bad at this game. But on the other end, it's just as simple as the survival tutorial should not. God, I should not be playing this game at 8 in the morning. That's the first idea. At least not play this game. This guy is no break. Finally. So, what will I do about the Survivor and Killers tutorials? First of all, just one tutorial for each side followed by a game of bots. While literally means jack in teaching the player. You cannot have just like 3-4 tutorials at best. You need a tutorial for every killer in this goddamn game. Yeah, I know. Maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but no. Just having the dev team make 37 different tutorials. But for a game like Dead by Daylight, that's 100% needed. When it adds a new character every 3 months. Genuinely, take a goddamn break from this new characters. We just need one update where we get no new survivors, no new killer, no new perks, just no new nothing, and all we get is just a quality of life update, because dear God, this game just needs fixes. We are returning to the era of the Twins release soon enough. And now, on the note of tutorials, and the fact that we need so many of them, what the hell should the tutorials even focus on? That is, considering every killer plays wildly differently. Aside from probably teaching you how to not have a skill issue, they should teach you the following: how their power works, the size of their terror radius, because that matters from killer to killer, since some have it way smaller as well, others just cover the whole map with their terror radius. And just general strategies on how to deal with their power. Because, you know, with so many powers, you're gonna need to treat them differently. Oh yeah, and possibly just teach you also some add-ons. Like, there's like specifically add-ons that change the power drastically, like iridescent and carbonated tuning guide for Leatherface that just makes him use all his charges at once. You know, stuff like that. The tutorial needs to focus on make you understand how the killers work on a lot of levels. I understand why they didn't do it originally, because horror game. But Dead by Daylight is no longer really treated as a horror game by the fan base. It's more of a Smash Bros. Of horror. And hell, people just started playing significantly more competitively to the point where it's AIDS when you find a competitive team. You find a competent team. Okay. Hold up, I see you. And also, this survival tutorial obviously is... Hey, some people, man. Did I forget? Cowards. Anyway, so I was saying as the guy is dying in like the background. Obviously, this needs to be applied to both survivors and killers, so instead of like 37 tutorials, you need like double that for both sides. So you need 37 for one side and 37 for a different side. But you know what? Despite the amount of work that's gonna be on the dev team, my voice is dying. Why am I recording this video at 8 AM? Oh yeah, because that's when I have motivation for some reason. Despite that being an unhealthy amount of work for the devs, probably. You know what, they kind of done it to themselves when you have so many characters in this game. Oh damn, I was counting wrong. It's not even 36 different cures, it's 38. Is that stupid to ask out of a almost 10-year-old game? No, it's not at all. You know why? Because this game has been around for 10 years. How does it not already have that when it has more characters than one can probably memorize? Like, Jim, some of you even remember the school merchant exists anymore after the big return? Probably not. That was my schizo rambling for today. At least for today. So yeah, just this game needs a better tutorial, that's about it. See ya.